To be honest, when I first planned this podcast, a friend asked me, "You are Korean, you live in Korea, so why on earth are you doing a podcast in English?" It's a fair question. I could talk about my career or global trends, but the real answer is much simple. For as long as I can remember, I've had this burning itch, a pure, almost stubborn desire to just be good at English. We all have that one thing, don't we? That sacred domain we feel we must conquer. For some, it's money or power. For me, that domain has always been English. It was a war I need to claim over, not just for others, but for myself. When did this obsession begin? Today's story is a bit long, but it's a journey I need to tell. Would you walk with me for a while? Let's go back to my first year of middle school. I remember watching a classmate of mine. She was lost in a song. I want it that way. I want it that way by the Backstreet Boys. Back then, there was just something so cool about someone listening to music in a foreign language. That friends felt different. While others were playing around, she'd be reading English books or chatting effortlessly with a foreign teacher. To my young eyes, she didn't just look smart, she looked like she belonged to a bigger world. I truly admire her. So, gathering every bit my college, I decided to mimic her. I walked up to my American teacher and squeezed out the teeny trembling. "Hello?" The teacher smiled and responded instantly. Man, the lush! That sudden connection with a complete stranger was thrilling. It felt like ding dong ditch. You know, ding dong ditch? You know that heart-pounding excitement of ringing a neighborhood doorbell and running for your life? That's exactly how I felt. It was a small prank on reality. And that's how I first stepped into the world of English. But as I entered high school, I realized that fashion is one thing and reality is another. English wasn't a prank anymore. It was a cold, hard subject. Take grammar, for example. It was tough in disjointed pieces. Passive voice this semester, present perfect the next. I was staring at the trees, but I couldn't see the forest. It felt like I was collecting random puzzle pieces that didn't fit together. Then I heard something that left a scar. The higher the parents' income, the higher the kids' English score. Since my parents wasn't wealth, those words felt like a mark on my forehead. My lack of English felt like a mark on my background. I hate that. I wanted to prove that money wasn't everything. Around that time, a teacher told me something that sounds like secret shortcut. If you really want to excel at English, you should enter a speech contest. I believe her. I thought that stage was the golden ticket I had been looking for. So I signed up desperately to prove myself. But since I couldn't write my own sentence yet, I just memorized the script my teacher wrote for me. I listened to a recording of a native speaker hundreds of times, mimic sounds I didn't even understand. It was like chanting a prayer in a dead language. I thought, if I just sound perfect, I would be perfect. The result? Then came the big day. I stood at the edge of the stage, my hands trembling. I had one single plan. Don't think, don't think. Just be a recording machine. I told myself that if I could just pour out everything sound I had memorized at top speed, I could finish this and run away. I didn't care about the meaning. I just want to press the play button in my pad and get it over with. I step up to the microphone and for the first few minutes, it seemed to work. The sounds were flowing out just as I had practiced. But then, about halfway through the speech, I hit a wall. People who, people who, people. One single word slipped, and the whole thing collapsed like a house of cards. The silence in the hall was deafening. All I could hear was the high-pitched whine of the microphone and the thumping of my heart against my lips. Someone coughed in the back, and it sounds like a thunderclap. I blurted out a tinny "Thank you," and ran off stage like a criminal. I slumped down in front of the bathroom sink and just cried. And through the cold tile walls, I could hear the muffled voice of the next speaker, followed by a thunderous round of applause. That distant cheer pushed me deeper into my own silence. I whispered to myself, I can't do it. I just can't. This is where I belong in the dark, away from everyone. My passion for English cooled down instantly, and as the passion died, the pain of that day faded away too. It felt like the end, but it was just beginning. The story continues in part 2. I'm Hongyeol and this has been How Did You Get to That? I'm so glad you came here with me today. See you in the next episode. Bye bye and Merry Christmas!